to welcome you all this morning. A number of guests and also announcements from city departments. We want to begin today with Terry Abrish from the Lima YMCA. She has a number of announcements about summer programming.
Thank you. I brought CJ and I'm not going to talk about the soccer camp. We have a few different programs starting. We're doing our registration right now for our Tee Up for Kids golf outing, which is an adult golf scramble for the day. It's held on Friday, July 13th. It's a nice afternoon. There's a bunch of great prizes. They have a prime rib dinner. It's $280 to be in the scramble, and all the proceeds for that program go to the YMCA Youth Scholarships to provide help for kids to have memberships or go into youth sports programs. So that registration is taking place now, and it's Friday, July 13th with a shotgun start at 12 noon. And then we also are running just a one-day battle of business. In the past, like 10 years ago, and actually for about 20 years, we did a week-long battle of business that involved a lot of different corporations. As people get busier, it didn't grow as much. We're doing a one-day battle of business. It's actually in the evening, about 3 hours, and trying to get as many corporations involved in that. It's July 26th. It's $100 a team. They can have 4 to 8 to 10 people in the team, but all the events are just 4 people in that, and are going to compete at a time. And we are taking registration for businesses for that event too. And we're also giving with that for 3-month family memberships. Subway's providing food for the evening, and it should be a really fun evening. All the games are going to be really fun. And CJ's got a couple of our runs that he's going to talk about too.
Yep. First of all, we're doing a brand new program. We're actually going to be doing a dog yoga. This is something that's been pretty popular with other YMCAs and other fitness centers trying out dog yoga. So this will be, we're teaming up with Deb's Dogs. This will be June 25th, so next Monday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're really encouraging families to come. This is for all ages above 8. The price is $5 for members, $10 for non-members. We also have a family package. $10 for families, and then $20 or for members, and then if you're a non-member family, $20 for you and all of your family. So again, that's next Monday at 6 o'clock, and that will be at our facility, of course. We have some new announcements with our annual race series that we do with CUPE. Just a reminder, our 10K is coming up this Friday. That's this Friday, June 22nd. Get there by 6:30. Race time will be 7 p.m. Members still $8, $12 for non-members if they register by Thursday. Friday, the race day, that price goes up to $15, and then shirts are an extra $7. And that course will be at the Riverwalk right by our building. We're also doing some new announcements with our triathlon. A triathlon's coming up June 22nd. This year we're doing a couple new things. We will have waterproof chip timing. So that was a big need from last year. We didn't do the chip timing. This year we will be doing that. We were teaming up with a timing company that's going to be taking care of all of that. So there will be live photos that will be up, live results, and also we want to push the fact that the prices go up on July 4th. So right now it's $50 for an individual for the triathlon, duathlon. And then prices go up to $60, and then for team pricing, it goes up to $75 from $60 on July 4th. Lastly, with our most fun event that we did last year is we did a glow run. This year we wanted to have people just better prepared for that run. It's going to be at Ottawa Metro Park. We are doing a Get Up to 5K training program. This is a very cheap and affordable way if you're looking to build up endurance with racing. It's a $30 5-week program for members, non-members $40. And what that is, it's a 5-week training program. You meet with a personal trainer twice a week. We have some different times in that, Monday and Tuesday, either in the 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 5:30 to 6:30, depending on what works for you. So that is beginning June 25th. So we're encouraging people that are looking to get ready for that 5K and try this and build up that racing endurance. And also, I just wanted to kind of show off, this was our 10K shirt. This will be for sale, so anybody not doing the race, if you're looking at getting a Coopy shirt, this is made by Cappies. I think they did a pretty good job this year. So I'm sure we'll have extras. These will be $7, so just let us know. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, good morning. My name is Edward Egan. Originally born and raised in Ghana. I've been living here for the past 8 years. And I've played soccer my whole life. And one of the things that soccer did for me was it provided a place for me to be. It's just like what we have here at YMCA. It was a place where we all went, especially the underserved. I mean, the people like me who didn't live in the rich community. Was a place for us to go and have fun and also just get mentored. So when I moved here and I read about YMCA, it just kind of fit everything that I wanted to do. And so without much hesitation, I did talk to Alicia Bell, and I just started volunteering as with the youth program. So I have worked in that department, and recently I had the opportunity to meet several international students from UNOH, and I figured it would be best thing to bring that to the community as well. Because my tenure of volunteering, I realized most of the kids didn't have the real soccer players, so it was hard for them to learn the game, especially if you're teaching someone and you're not teaching them right, then the kids lose interest. So I decided to partnership with an international student from YMCA, and I have here with me Miranda from Brazil and a few other students. So this summer, which will begin in July the 10th through July the 21st, we are having summer camp. And this will give us time for the students from all over the country, from different countries, to bring what they have, their culture, their experiences in life, to share with the kids from this city. So that is our motivation. That is our goal, is to give every child in the inner city especially, the kind of exposure that I believe will have impact and will change the trajectory of their path. So that's what we're doing this July, is to help enhance and to develop the youth. So we're doing that, and it will, like I said, it will start July the 10th through the 21st, and the registration is $35. You can either come to the YMCA and register, and we also have some flyers that we are passing around. So and in the meantime, this is where most of our money will go to. We don't want any child to get left behind, and so we are charging $35. Usually most soccer camps are running about $175 and $100. So we are depending on the community to raise more funds for this program, because it's not one-time program. We're looking forward to have it go on throughout the whole year and many years to come. So we would definitely lean heavily on this community to help sponsor the kids. So we are open to talk more to any business and any entity that would like to sponsor any child or partnership with what we are doing to build the youth in this community through soccer. So
How
thank
many
you.
international students do you expect to participate?
At this point, since we didn't have we didn't have enough money in our coffers, I've been able to talk only to about 6 international students, because we have to pay them, and we realized we didn't have much money. So we have about 6 players coming from UNOH, and myself and other former soccer players that don't go to UNOH will also contribute as well. So we're looking at about 20 staff to show up, but 6 active players will come from UNOH.
Terrific.
Yes.
Sounds great. Good luck with it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Also this morning, we have our Lima Pride home winners for this quarter. I want to invite up our code enforcement staff who are going to make their announcements and presentations. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. 3 Lima property owners are being recognized today for maintaining their properties as models of exemplary maintenance. The Lima Home Pride Awards are being presented by Lima Property Maintenance Code Inspectors to recognize the positive impact of well-maintained properties within the community. Selected properties must meet Lima property maintenance standards, and the owner may have no current property maintenance citations on any properties that they own within the city. The selected property must show pride in ownership and be a model of good maintenance for the neighborhood. Selection is the prerogative of the property maintenance inspectors for that neighborhood, and they select one winner per quarter. Winners will receive a Lima Pride home plaque, like this, which has a photograph of their property, and they also receive a yard sign to be displayed at the property. The property that I chose for the southeast sector was 1033 East Franklin Street, and the owner is Dennis Coolidge. Dennis, will you come up?
Good morning.
Morning. Thank you.
Come around to this side. And congratulations, Mr. Coolidge. Tell us a little bit about your home and how long you've been there and what you've done to spruce it
Well, I
up.
bought it in 2011. Pretty much, just did that on me, somebody else.
But we appreciate what you've done very much.
I thank you.
And this photograph will be up on the city website as well.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Brandon. I'm in the north sector of the city, and for my award winner this quarter, I have chosen the property of 817 West Ashton Avenue, Mr. Todd and Carmen White.
Morning, Ms. White. How are you? Congratulations.
There's a plaque for you.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about your property.
We bought it in 1993. My husband is very proud. He couldn't be here today. It was totally unexpected, but very much appreciated.
How long you been there?
Since 1993.
93.
Yeah, very proud.
That's terrific.
Thank you
very
so much. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is James Wall. Excuse me. I'm the code inspector on the southwest sector, and I chose Mr. Robert and Marlene Dungan for my, they live at 326 North Charles.
Good morning. Good morning. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
So talk to us a little bit about your property.
Well, the property was a blessing to us about 30 years ago, how it came into our ownership. And that's a whole story in itself. But I've always enjoyed gardening through my lifetime. And so to take care of the property, I think, is a reflection of not only the property owner, but also the community, because it's like curb appeal is to a house. It is the same for the city, as people come into the city and see the property. So that's why I spent so much time on the enhancement of it. And as this gentleman said, he said, I have pictures from last year because I used a different variety of flower. And it's a bubblegum petunia vista, and they're just gigantic. And it was quite a cascade. But these are still on the upgrade for the summer, so they'll improve as the summer goes on. But I just enjoy it greatly. And this year it's been an added blessing to me because I had to have some helpers, because this year I've been recently diagnosed with cancer. So I'm on that journey and on the recovery rate as it appears right now. But my brother-in-law, Kenny Steeman, and a good friend from my church, John Miracle, were a big aid to me this year to get the variety of flowers in. So enjoy it, plan on doing it as long as the Lord allows me to continue. Thank you very much for the honor.
Well, it's really important that we emphasize the time of and investment that property owners make with their properties. Just like if you're in a neighborhood where you got an abandoned house, it tends to deflate your energy. And so with folks like this who in fact invest their talent and their time and their imaginations, it actually helps everybody in the neighborhood. It really lifts everybody's horizons for what they can also do, and particularly when you have life challenges come along, you know. Your family gets invested, everybody's involved, and that's really important. So we appreciate all that you've done to not only improve your home, but make the improvements on behalf of the neighborhood. Thank you very much. This morning as well, we have Dr. Mishr, Suman Mishr here. He has a couple of announcements. Dr. Mishr, we have a delegation now coming from Varanasi, India for a sister city visit, and we also have a couple of events related to that. So, Doctor?
Yes. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Yes. Good morning. I'm Suman Mishr. I'm the endocrinologist practicing in Coolidge'sville, and I was very happy to see the awards to the property owners. This is a good trend. I wish we could give more prizes than just once a quarter. But I'm here today on behalf of the Sister City organization, Lima Sister City Association. And we have one sister city relationship already with the backing of the mayor and the encouragement and the facilitation. We are working on the second relationship with Varanasi. That's the hometown where I originally come from. It's got a 7,000-year-old history, one of the oldest living cities. And Mayor went there with the delegation last year in January, and they took several presidents of the universities and the superintendent of Apollo, and it was very well received there. But now we are getting a delegation from Varanasi. About 17 businessmen are coming, and they are looking for networking and contact and interaction with the 76 businesses. I did not know there were 76 manufacturing businesses around Lima. And they will not be able to meet everybody, but they're coming somewhere in July. They're working on their visa. But meanwhile, the Sister City, Lima Sister City Association has organized a wonderful concert. I invite all the citizens to come. It's Varanasi Calling. And it's on Saturday, 21st of July at 5:15 at Lima Senior High School. And the donation, or ticket you may call, is $20. It will go towards helping the Lima Sister City Association. And there are artists which are coming for that program. One of them is Dr. Nurul Khan. He's originally from India, and he practiced and learned sitar. And that's the instrument you see he's holding in his hand. It's a string instrument. He's been practicing it since 1983. And he practices every day 5 hours of sitar. He has only two loves. He says one is sitar and the other is surgery. He's a general surgeon at Lima Memorial Hospital. So he'll perform along with the tabla accompaniment, a drum instrument. The tabla player is coming from Florida, and he's a music teacher there, and he's also trained originally from India. And of course, the last but not the least is my granddaughter, who will be performing her Kathak dance. It's a storytelling dance which you tell by gestures, and so she will be coming. She's a senior junior, I should say, in high school in North Carolina. She was trained in Michigan. And we have announcements for the people who want to buy the tickets. And this, hopefully, the media will cover. Is available. You can send your check to the Sister City Association for $20. Mail it to Lima Sister City Association, Post Box 5505. And your name will not be, your name will be on the list at the gate. The other way to get the tickets, if you want to do it by your credit card, is by going to the website. You have to take 4 steps. Go to the website, limachamber.com, and then click at the event calendar in the middle, and that will lead, and then look for Saturday, 25th of July, and then register there. And there's some detail given there about the city and the artists. So I hope you'll all come there for this event. We only have 500 tickets. So please get your seat. Otherwise, after 500 tickets are sold, we'll decline to sell any more. I also want to tell that this delegation will be coming. We'll have more news coverage when they arrive. The last item I want to mention is that we started a tradition of International Yoga Day. International Yoga Day was celebrated first time in Lima last year, and the mayor had declared that as a special day, and a program was held at the Senior Citizen Center. But this year, on that date, we'll be releasing a video which I have made of doing yoga breathing. And this is especially for people, anybody can do it, for people who cannot do many exercises, who cannot do different postures. You sit in the chair. And most of the 10 types of breathing, it's very, very good. It refreshes you and calms down your mind and prepares you for meditation. This is not the original idea I have. This is also based on something which is held at Varanasi every morning on the banks of the river Ganges. And the mayor was there last year, and he saw 500 people every morning sitting there and doing yoga. It was all free. So I want you to look at that. More details will come later. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you. Dr. Mishr got us up at 5 o'clock to go do yoga on the banks of the Ganges, so he's not exaggerating. There were hundreds of folks out at that time of the morning, and very engaging event. Also this morning, Major Coon from the Lima Police Department's here to make some introductions. New employees that have joined the Lima Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning and welcome on behalf of Chief Martin. I wish to thank you for coming this morning to welcome 2 new employees to the Lima Police Department. Can we come on up? First we'll be introducing is the new parking enforcement officer. She'll be very recognizable to a lot of people downtown as well as the business people. This is Miss Jenilyn Gaines. She's a Lima senior graduate, has went to the University of Cincinnati as well as the University of Northwestern Ohio. And most recently, a lot of the younger people in the city would recognize her as an employee of the Lima City Schools. So this is Miss Gaines, and she'll be out writing parking tickets for us. The next is our crime prevention aide, which is Miss Teresa Murray. Goodness, I am so sorry. I'd seen that misspelled earlier, so I was writing. Sorry. She's a graduate of Ottawa Glandorf High School and has been employed through the Putnam County Sheriff's Office in a very similar position because she did that type of work up there for them as a crime prevention aide, as well as an office deputy and a dispatcher So she has a lot of experience with law enforcement work before her. She retired after 22 years of working with the Ohio Department of Transportation, so she has a great knowledge of everything going on around us, thankfully. And she has worked locally at a local drive-through up in Ottawa, so we thank her for coming and partaking in our employment here with the city and coming to help us out. If you don't know, the crime prevention aides, what they do is they go around and do a lot with doing surveys for houses of worship, business for security, as well as elderly people who have crimes. They will contact them and do surveys on their house, try to help them on becoming more secure, providing resources to younger kids at different facilities for different training on safety issues, so as well as vandalism with graffiti. So we keep them very busy driving the alleys of the city of Lima. So, in addition to welcoming these two to our ranks, we are also in the process of having a new civil service test for the position of a police officer coming up at July 21st. So if anybody is interested in becoming a police officer with the city of Lima, you can go to the city's website, download the application, and turn that into the Civil Service Board. You can stop in here and get an application, or you can go to the Civil Service Board and get an application. But those have to be turned back in by July 13th. So again, if anybody's interested in that position, it's open, and we will be hiring a number of people over the next year or so.
Are we doing a training?
We are looking at trying to set up a training. I don't have a confirmed date, but that will be hopefully the week of, it will be the week of the 12th to the 13th, and I'm not sure whether it starts, but we're looking at the 12th as a training date, but we're just confirming a date and a time, or a location.
Okay, very good. Sergeant, you got something to add? No? All right.
Do either one of you want to say something?
Sure.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Again, my name is Jonathan Gaines, new parking enforcement. I was born and raised in Lima, Ohio. I look forward to working with the Lima Police Department and the community of Lima in general. So, thank you.
So when do you start actually out on the blocks?
Monday.
On Monday?
Yes, I went out once training. It was nice. Everything went well, so I look forward to it.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Teresa Murray, and I'm very excited to be working for Lima Police Department, and I would like to thank the City of Lima for giving me this opportunity to serve the community. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you both. Welcome. Lastly, Mr. Caprella, you want to join me up here? We do have an announcement regarding the reduction of residential connection fees, which has been something that's been requested. So, Mike.
As of July the 1st, the city is going to be reducing our water tap fees for residential customers. If you live inside the city, we're going to reduce them to zero. Right now, they're somewhere around $3,900 for those tap fees. So we will be reducing tap fees within the city to zero. We will also be reducing tap fees out in the county and the water district to $500. Now, I've been in discussions for almost a year with the county and the water district, working out how we could reduce fees to incentivize people to build for new construction. Hopefully, this will encourage more development and more homes within the city and within the area. These fees, although we actually charge fees for what we do out in there, so I'll never say our fees were too high, but if by reducing them to zero in the city and 500 out of the city, maybe we'll see more and more residential development and homes for people to come into to fill the jobs that are vacant in this community. So this is a big deal. The water district's already done this, and I think the county's due to approve theirs to $500 here within, I think, the next week or so. so they haven't done it yet, so
Okay.
it's pretty much.
I want to add that this is in addition to other incentives that are available inside the city. Specifically, we have had for a number of years 100% tax abatement for new construction and for substantial renovation. So if someone wants to build a new house on a lot inside the city in actually a majority of the area of the city, they literally can have a 15-year 100% tax abatement. That means that whatever the taxes are on a vacant lot is what you're going to pay for 15 years. It's not at the improved value with the new home. So that is that literally adds up to thousands of dollars as a benefit to someone that would look to build a new home. That, in addition to the fact that we have down payment assistance available through our community development program. We've helped I believe, 700 families become homeowners over the last decade and a half with down payment assistance, representing I think, nearly $50 million that's been invested in buying of houses. So I think that with those tools, we're hopeful that with what we've been doing, as well as this now very dramatic decrease in these costs, hopefully we'll see the kind of building increase that we obviously need. Realtors are saying that the amount of inventory that's out there is dramatically less than at other times over the last decade, and properties are coming on the market. They're very quickly being sold, and there are buyers waiting for other properties. So we want to see new housing development, and we're hopeful that these steps will make that happen. So I think that's all that we have for today, so we'll break down for interviews. Thank you very much.